share some of the knowledge because only knowledge will relieve pain and suffering. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about yoga because many people think that yoga is all these fancy poses that you see everywhere. All these poses are just preparation for yoga. So it is not important to put legs behind your head, to do all these fancy poses. I think I heard most of my joints doing stupid poses that has no purpose. Of course, many of the poses are wonderful. The main pose, the king of the poses, is headstand. It requires no flexibility. Everyone may learn headstand. You may start with 5 seconds and increase 2 seconds every day. By the end of the month, you're already there for 2 or 3 minutes. That's enough. That pose will gradually bring you mental powers, radiant health. The veins of the legs relax. Mental abilities increases greatly. And then there are some other poses, like the spine twist, like some mudras, Mahamudra. Headstand is a mudra. The cobra pose, everyone is able to do cobra pose. Okay, let's go now. What yoga is? Yoga is a group of divine techniques, very simple. If practiced properly under guidance, in a very short time you will acquire radiant health, a beautiful body. And with the pranayamas and other techniques, you will acquire mental powers. And the first step of yoga is yama. Yama is like the ethical rules in all religion. It doesn't belong to any particular religion. It is universal. Thou shalt not kill. That means respect all beings. Don't hurt anyone. Even the animals too. Your compassion must go beyond your pets. Most people, their compassion only reaching their pets, right? And the others are what? Food. If you are seeking enlightenment and radiant health and clarity of the mind and success in meditation, just for a few weeks, your compassion should go beyond your pets. You should stop eating flesh. You may keep the mozzarella in moderation. After your meditation, when you have a vision of the Elohim, And then after that, eat what you want. So, Ashtanga Yoga divided in 8 steps. Yama is like the ethical rules. Without them, no kingdom of God. If you're not compassionate, follow all the rules. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not commit adultery. Be nice to all beings. You will never get serious about spiritual things. If you improve just your compassion, all the other good virtues will come to you. You get this strength, that faith. You up to fast for 30 days. You up to leave your husband alone and go in meditation in order to find some answers. And then comes the second step of yoga, very simple. Surrender of your ego. You must depend in divine help from within or from God. And then you must get serious about the scriptures. You have to interpret the scriptures properly. It's not just memorizing them. What's the point? You have to find out the meaning of them. And then comes the third step of yoga, asanas. The main pose is a sitting position so that one day you'll be able to stay 2 hours, 3 hours comfortably without movement. Discipline the mind and heart full of love, and then the mind will get ready to have a vision of reality. So gradually our consciousness through the yoga techniques will expand. For example, if you do some kind of pranayama, controlling the breath, the alternate breathing, this is the main breathing. There are thousands of breathing with different purposes. But the main breathing is this one. This breathing, when it's done correctly, 2 types of energy will gather together here. And then the prana, the energy, start moving up. In yoga, the great saints and sages, with their psychic abilities, found out the location. Maybe I should not tell you this. I have to work like a dog for 2 years, lots of karma yoga, showing the guru all the good qualities so that he could tell me what you're going to hear now. In the right side of your heart, there is a little small cavity, smaller than your thumb, dwelling there a portion of God, Elohim, a portion of it, subtler than an atom. It is from there that radiates intelligence, flashes of invisible lights that keep your heart pumping, that controls everything. So as the prana moves up, your chakras start opening in full force. Your consciousness start rising like this. AM, FM, black and white TV, like a caveman, or at the living spirits. They can see God as the sun, as the fire, as the lightning. And then keep going up to here, color TV. Your consciousness is already saying Elohim a little bigger. And then comes high definition. I think most people here, they are endowed with compassion, love. You are concerned about others rather than yourselves. So your consciousness is getting a little higher. And then goes up to here. I think most of you are getting here today a little bit. You're up to come here in this Friday afternoon, right? Sitting there, hurting your knees, listening to all this is not pleasant at all. You spend some money to come here, right? You spend your money, your time. When your consciousness is here, you're deadly serious about find out who is him, who is you. Not believing, you want to find some answers with some evidence. But this is not the end. When the prana reaches here, divine perception. You go beyond your physical senses. With your physical senses and this normal consciousness, you see God up to a point. As you have divine perception, there is no words to explain. After that, you become mute. The mind will have a vision of reality. After that, you're always lost inside, in the state of bliss. It's so simple. If you follow the yoga techniques, in 1 year, 2 years, you may have a taste of the bliss. And the greatest of all impurities, the cause of all pain and suffering everywhere, is ignorance of your own real self. That little portion of God dwelling in the center of your chest, that is your real self, exceeding bliss. And this self here, since we came to existence, we are identified with the personal selves. For example, 30% of your happiness comes from your body. You look in the mirror, you feel nice, you feel happy the way you look like, right? You have 30% of happiness. And then if you have your family that love you, your mother, your parents, your sons and daughter, you feel more happier. And then if you have a nice car, you add another 10%, your beautiful convertible car. If you have an iPad, you add another 5%. You have your iPhone, another 5%. You enjoy food, 20%. You can enjoy food every day. So all these happiness are not